ATS, Advanced Tobruk System, Quickstart Basic Game. We've actually, it's turn 2, start of turn 2. We've actually covered most of the rules up to this point. Obviously, we still have close combat to go over, but let's move things along here. So we're going to roll for initiative. The Americans roll a 1, Germans roll a 9. So the Americans win the initiative. They are going to open up fire. Sergeant Walsh is going to fire at Sergeant Carr over here in the wood building. So right across the street there. Sergeant Carr's got a squad with a light machine gun, a bar gunner, and himself. Americans rolled pretty good, actually. So the squad -1 for carrying the machine gun has 7 gunfire factors of 7, plus 5 for the light machine gun is 12, plus 2 for the bar gunner is 14. So in the 14 column, they have plus 2 for wooden building, -1 for NCO leadership for a net +1. They rolled a 2, plus 1 is 3. 3 on the 14 column is a C3 result. So the Germans have to absorb 3 losses and take whatever morale checks are involved with that. Alright, in this case, went ahead and chose to leave the lesser proficient squad with the MG42 alone. Had the better, more proficient squad take 2 casualty points, flipping it over to its reduced side, and I had Sergeant Carr wounded for 3 casualty points altogether. Now I think Sergeant Carr has to take his morale check first, I think. In any case, his is 6 now, plus 1 for the full squad is 7. 7, he rolls 7, but he had to add 3 for the C3 result, which means that he failed, which means that Sergeant Carr is broken, which means that when the half squad here goes to do its morale check, the NCO now is broken, so he does not add any morale to that unit. So that squad has 6, plus 1 for the full squad with it is 7 as well. Oh, and they roll a 10. They roll a 10. So roll again. Wow, again close, 9. But no, they just failed 2, and they are broken as well. So, wow. So they're broken underneath there, and we still have the good squad with the MG42. There's a lot of damage actually. And all the American. Now we got a bar gunner with a rate of fire of 2 and a light machine gun with a rate of fire of 2. So it matters that when I put this fired marker on, that stack still has fire to do. All right, so now we go to the German impulse. Now we go to the German impulse. For the German impulse, the Captain Weiss here with his good squad. Underneath is the broken half squad. There's the broken half squad. But Captain Weiss here with the good squad He's going to fire up on the hill to that squad there with the light machine gun. Range of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the orchard hex still applies. So that will be +1 firing through that one orchard hex. So we'll see what results the Germans can get on this attack. Alright, so Germans actually got a result. Their fire up on the hill is even because +1 for the orchard plus another one for the hill for +2 is offset by the officer leadership of -2. So it's even. They roll an even 5. On the 6th column is a C1 result. So the Americans take a 1 casualties marker, and they have to take a morale check. And I assume the -1 for casualties reduces the morale from 6 to 5. But in any case, these how many squads we have? We have 2 full adjacent squads that add 1 each. The leader adjacent does not add anything, so it's 6. -1 for the casualty is 5. 6, 7 for the 2 adjacent squads for a 7. Yes, 7. 7 for the morale check. Right, so it's 4 +1 for the C1 result of 5, which is equal to or less than its current morale of 7, so it actually passes its morale check. Still has the casualties though, so squad there, 1 casualty, like that, machine gun. Now the Germans are, their broken units won't, I don't think they can fire at all, so it doesn't really matter to put this just on top. Won't apply to the broken half squad on the bottom, right? Okay, that's the German impulse. Now we go to the American impulse. The American impulse, they actually returned fire here with the NCO and light machine gun through the orchard into the wooden building with the Germans that just fired up on the hill. It's +2 for the wooden building, plus another 1 for the orchard for +3, -1 for the NCO leadership, so it's +2, so it's up 2, and they have a total gunfire factors of 12, so it's on the 10 column. They roll a 6, which would have been a C1, but it's +2, so it goes up to 8 for no effect. So that was the American impulse. They're marked with a fired marker like that. Now it's back to the Germans. The Germans fire with the good squad here in the wooden building with the MG42. Fire across the street into the small stone building there. The Americans there, they roll a 3, +3 for the stone building is 6. On the 10 column is 1 casualty. So the Germans have fired 1 like that, and the Americans are going to actually take, so could wound the leader, could wound the bar gunner, but in this case I'm going to go ahead and take casualty on the squad there. So now he has to do a morale check. The bar gunner doesn't add anything. I don't think the bar gunner adds anything for morale. Oops, I'm off the screen. So I think it's the American squad's printed morale of 9, -1 for the casualty markers, 8. I need to double check that, by the way, but 8 +1 for the NCO stacked with it is back up to 9. And the adjacent squad also adds 1 for 10. I do think it's 10. I mean, these are very high morale Americans here. So I think that they can only... So it's 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so he easily passes. So he has the casualty, but is not broken. That's what I meant to get to. All right. And there we go. Okay. That's the German impulse. Now go to the American impulse. So for the American impulse, the light machine gun on the hill is going to fire right down into the town at the Germans there in the wooden building through the 1 hex of orchards. Now, yes, a casualties marker like that reduces the gunfire factors and the morale by 1. So this 656 is actually a 555 with the 1 casualty marker on it. So its gunfire factors is 5 for the casualty markers, 4 for firing the light machine gun. So it's 4 plus 5 for light machine gun is 9. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. So it fires on the 8 column. Yes, 8 column. Now we go right down the list. The cover state of the target is stationary, so it's 0, +2 for the wooden building, +1 for the 1 hex of orchards for 3, +3 and +3. It's +3 on the 8 column. Well, it's 8, 9, 10, 11, so it didn't result in anything, but yeah, that was the 8 column. Okay, so just not effective fire. Just not effective fire, so they are marked. They fired marker, but they still have machine gun has a rate of fire of 2, like that. Nothing with the target unit, so that was the American impulse. Back to the German impulse. Let's say, yeah, those MG42s just keep firing away. So this MG42 with, nope, the leader is broken. Yep, the leader is, well, wounded and broken. So we'll go over those later, but he's not contributing to his fire. So the MG42 alone, the squad's already fired because it's underneath a fired marker, but the fired marker is a fired 1 marker, which tells me that the MG42 still has 2 rate of fire or 2 attacks, so it's going to launch another attack. So that's just a 5 attack across the street into the stone building. So that's a 4 column. I think we have to get a 1 or a 2, a 1 or a, yeah, 1 or a 2. No, not with a 7. So just not effective. So again, the fired 1 marker, switch that to a fired 2 marker, like that. Put the fired 2 marker on there like that. That's the German impulse. Back to the American impulse. And do they have another one? Yes, they do. They're going to do their, now it's just the light machine gun down there. So that would also be on the 4 column. That would also be +3. 2 for the wood building, 1 for the orchard, 3. Well, actually, that's the exact same thing. They need a 1 or a 2. Oh, I actually got a 1. Okay, so one. All right, so now I got to slow down and make sure I did this right. Just the machine gun, normal range, 5. Yes, 5, 4 column, +1 wood building, 3, 4. Yep. So it is a C1. So, all right. So in order here, they got another. Yeah, they got another F fire 2 marker. So there. That fired 1 marker replaced with a fire 2 marker. The American light machine gun has a rate of fire 2, so that tells me they're done for this turn. It's a C1 result. The Germans get a C1 result. Oh, that's interesting. Can the broken unit be given the losses? Huh. We have a C1 to absorb. I don't know about that, but I don't see anything that prohibits it, so I'm going to apply the casualty of the broken unit. I don't know about that though. Anyways, yeah, casualty. So let's do them. Yep, they absorbed. So they're on their last step. So their printed morale on the back side, on their half squad side's 5. -1 for casualty is 4. They have this, well, this squad, full squad, in the hex. It's going to add 1. The officer stacked with them is going to add 2. Already up to 7. And 8 for the adjacent squad. Yeah, I don't know about that, but alright, 8. Yeah. It would be 2 + 1 for the 1 casualty with the C1 result. Easily passes his morale check. Alright. Alright, so put the casualties on there. Still broken. Squad. Officer. Fired. They're done. Okay, so German impulse. Let's just say the Germans pass. No, Germans will. I know I'm skipping things, but skipping possibilities, but let's just go this last. Let's see if there's any. You need to roll really low. No, not with a 10. Alright. No, they rolled a 10. So they're not going to hit anything. So that 2 would be a 3. And let's just say, actually, the Americans are going to move this. Salt move, 1, 2, 3. Actually, they can go 4 or 5 with the leader present for a salt move like that. Movement arrow behind. Pass. Done with the fire movement segment of turn 2. Then we go to the close assault segment. Need to roll again for initiative. Americans roll a 9. Germans roll a 7. So the Germans win the initiative for the close assault segment. So we go to infiltration. Germans aren't really getting anywhere with infiltration, but you might as well put them together. That's German infiltration, American infiltration. with stacking value 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. That would be, okay, they are going to infiltrate over here. All right, that's a stacking value, I think, of 11. Germans, no more infiltration. Americans, no more infiltration. Okay, no melee still. We're getting there. So we go to the end of turn segment. Remove all the fired markers. Move the fired markers. Now remove the moved markers. Not a lot of movement that turn at all. Now remove winded markers from units that placed them the previous turn and did not move this turn. That applies to that squad right there. They're not winded anymore. Now we can put them together. Broken markers for units that successfully rally. So who do we have? We got some rallying to do here. Let's do this here. Yeah, because we have the leader first. Okay. A wounded leader and broken. And they do have a full squad stacked with them. So I think it's 6, 7. 7. They rolled a 7. So do they pass? Let's see if there's anything about a wounded leader. There are some things about a wounded leader, but not in this case. So I think that he got it exactly. Again, 6, 7. Yeah. Less than or equal. All right. So the leader rallies. So now the leader can influence the next squad or half squad, which is at 6. Plus 1 for the NCO is 7, 8, 9 for the squad. I mean 8 for the squad. Yeah, I think it's 6, 7, 8. 6, okay. So they rally. I think I did that right. So half squad, it's wood building. There's a half squad, full squad with MG42, and a wounded NCO. I think I did that right. Those guys are all good. Okay, we've got Captain Vice and a full squad, which is going to add 3 for morale purposes. Well, actually here we have leader doesn't add, but 1 full squad, 2 full squads. So that's another 2 adjacent. So let's see what happens when, all right, on his last step, half squad with a casualty is 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's, okay, 9. 9, 9, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's with a full squad with it and a officer and 2 full squads adjacent. Yeah. So pretty hard not to rally. Yep. Roll a 6, no problem. They rally. Again, that's pretty easy. Alright. So back in the fight there. Can't remember if I have any Americans to rally. Nope. I don't think so. Alright, so that is a rally, and then all of the markers remain in play, and that is the end of the second turn.